Hello and welcome to On the Move, a show about what's going on in Hampton Roads featuring community leaders who are moving the region forward. I'm Thomas Beck with Hampton Roads Transit, and today we're at Jeff Robertson Park here in Norfolk along the Elizabeth River Trail, and we're going to be talking about Bike Month. Well, May is Bike Month, and we're helping you learn more about resources and events taking place all month long. And joining us is Shawn Tasch. She is the Commuter Outreach Specialist with Go Commute. That's our region's commuter options program, which resides under HRT.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
Not a problem.
So tell us about how Go Commute and HRT are celebrating the month. There's lots of events coming up and lots to celebrate cycling.
Yes, there is quite a bit going on for the month of May throughout the region of Hampton Roads. And typically we support Downtown Norfolk Council with the events throughout the month of May. And this year, on May the 1st, we will continue to support them with the Bike Expo, which will be held at the Slover Library from 5 until 7. And then the day before, on April 30th, we will be in Hampton for the first time celebrating a Bike Expo with them. We're super excited about that. And then also on the Go Commute page, you can find information about different cycling events that are taking place with bicycle shops, with different groups throughout Hampton Roads. So there is so much to do, as well as the cities are doing a lot as well.
The Bike Expo is the first time we're doing it, taking it over as our event, isn't it?
With Hampton, this is our first year doing the Bike Expo with Hampton on the peninsula side. So we are excited about that and excited about the potential relationships that we can build in that community on the peninsula.
Now, the Bike Expos are like a one-stop shop to learn about the cycling communities and resources. Right?
Yep, all the resources available out there. Information from the medical community about how to cycle safely with helmets. Information about registering your bikes within the city of Norfolk, and then on the peninsula side, the police, Hampton Police will be there with us. And then at the end of both expos at 7 p.m., it is wheels down, and we're going to take a group ride with both police communities,
Nice.
The Norfolk Police as well as the Hampton Police.
And there's a slew of events, and we'll have that information up to show, but you've got a Bike to Work Week, which is what, in May?
Yes, Bike to Work Week is going to be the second week in May, and you can bike to work any day outside of the month of May, but May is just designated as the National Bike Month. But it is 1 week that we set aside, and you can choose any day that week to cycle and to work. And you can combine it with your transit option, whether it's the light rail, the ferry, or the bus. The buses hold up to approximately 2 bikes on the outside rack, but if you have a folding bike, you can take that on the bus with you as well.
And Friday of that week is Bike to Work a Day, so it's like a culmination of events, right?
Yes, it is. We are working with Downtown Norfolk Council and Elizabeth River Trails, and we have quite a few pit stops. We specifically, Hampton Roads Transit and Go Commute, are sponsoring 4 of those stops, but there are other community partners that will be out there sponsoring stops as well.
How is Go Commute helping folks, like if they want to learn, how do I ride my bike to work? It can be a daunting thing, but if they're willing to learn and want to do it, what resources do we have for them?
Go Commute, we can help them figure out what is going to be the best route for them to get to work, combining transit and their bike, or they can just utilize their bike depending on where they live. Even though Virginia is the 12th most bike-friendly state in the nation, there are still some areas that aren't necessarily bikeable, but we are working on that. So we at Go Commute can help them try to navigate getting to work safely that week.
You mentioned bikes on HRT Transit. All of our modes are bike-friendly. Tell us a little bit about how that works.
Yes, they are bike friendly. As we mentioned, the buses will hold up to 2 on the outside racks. There are racks on the ferry, and there are racks on the light rail. And on the ferry, it's as soon as you walk in, there's an area that it's designated for bikes to be placed there while you're in motion on the ferry as well as on the light rail.
Yeah. Shawn, thank you so much for giving us the 411, if you will, about Bike Month and all the great activities. I wish you all the best of luck, and thanks for helping people get to work and around on two wheels.
Not a problem. It's an exciting month ahead.
We're joined here on the trail by Sarah Harrington. She's with Norfolk Cycle Sisters. Thanks for joining us.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Let's start by telling us a little bit about Norfolk Cycle Sisters.
Yeah. So Norfolk Cycle Sisters started in 2018. I wanted a group of girls that I could ride with and learn to get more confident, learn more about cycling, just kind of like an environment where I felt a little more comfortable. And there wasn't any like all female cycling groups. So I just started riding and just taking pictures of myself and sharing with everybody I met, like, hey, come ride with me. And eventually, 10 years later, we're still doing it. We ride every week.
Now, you do have a special annual bike ride coming up as part of Bike Month. Tell us about how women can join. Tell us about that, and then how women can join you on the ride.
So Bike Month is super special because not only are we doing our weekly rides, I also am a mom, and so I'm encouraging other moms to come and get on their rides too. So every Bike Month, I always ride on Mother's Day and encourage all the mother lovers to come out.
Tell us about the ride itself.
So usually all of our rides are about 10 miles per hour. The Mother Day ride will actually be like little wheeler friendly, so you can actually bring your kids and we'll ride. We usually don't do more than 5 miles for that, and we go in a big circle. We always stop for brunch, right? Fuel up and then finish our ride in just like a big circle.
This is a great introduction to cycling for the family.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it about cycling that gets you so excited? You're very passionate about cycling.
Yeah, so when I first got into cycling, I was going through a big transition in my life, and cycling became kind of my support system. And I would just get out and ride, and it made me feel physically better and emotionally better, mentally better. And so it was really important to create that space and like offer that to other women who needed something similar in their lives too.
So what's your advice to someone who may want to start that, is a little uncomfortable about doing it, or has wondered about how to do it? How do people get involved?
So so Norfolk Cycle Sisters, I post everything on Instagram. We have our own Instagram account. So if you connect with me there, I can share all of our ride information. There's also a link to some supplies, materials that you should get. Like I always recommend getting a helmet, lights, a bike pump, but it's always good to have like a repair kit also. I don't know how many times I've had flats, or women on my rides have had flats, and we've had to stop and do like an impromptu workshop. So
if they get involved with you, and they'll learn the whole gamut.
Oh yeah. Yep. Confidence, cycling, like tried and trues, and how to fix their bikes, and meet some other like really great women too.
And before we leave you, what's your favorite ride around the region?
I love riding on the Elizabeth River Trail. We also have a signature bike ride because our logo's a flower. So we actually track our ride, and by the end of the ride, you've created this 5-petal flower. So that's like our signature route.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for stopping by on the trail here and telling us more about your event coming up, and best of luck to the group. Thanks for joining us on this episode of On the Move. Be sure to check out gocommute.org to learn more about Bike Month. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. See you again soon.